Hey all. Today I wanted to just go over how to link JavaScript to your HTML and get it to do things for you, basically. I want to just give a quick overview of that and how to make things work, how to make your functions accessible into your HTML. I kind of skipped over that when we did our first session, so I thought I would show you now. So I'm going to start fresh with a new project. I created a folder in here called videos and then JavaScript HTML. So I'm just going to make a index.html file and I'm going to make a script.js file. And I'm going to open up our index.html file and just do the basic HTML layout in here. And then let's give it a title. And in our body, this is where we want to link our JavaScript. So normally when you link your style sheet file, your CSS file, you link it up here in the head after the title. But in the body, or for JavaScript, you want to link it at the end of the body. So right before the closing body tag. So I'm just going to do script and src for source, and our source is script.js. And now those two are linked. And the only thing I'm going to put in here for now is a button. And this button will say, click me. And this is how I'm going to show you how to do interaction on websites. So now I will go ahead and open up the script. And it's completely empty, so let's start by making a function. And let's call it button click. And we use camel case for function names. And it's not going to take any parameters, but we will do some stuff in here. So for now, all I'm going to do is say console.log, and I'm going to log to the console button has been clicked. Just like that. So pretty simple. That's the only thing we're going to write in there. And then I'm going to go back to our HTML. And on our button here, this is how we do our interaction. So button has an attribute called onClick. And in this attribute as the value, you write the name of your function. Or you invoke the name of your function, I guess. So we called our function button click. And we do it like that. And then we have to call it. So we use the parentheses to invoke the function. And now I'm going to go over to my browser where I have this running on a server. And you'll see we have our little button here. If I hit F12, it'll open up our console. And this is where we will see our console.log. And if I click me, we should see button has been clicked. So I can click it as many times as I want. You see this number goes up here. And that's the basic interaction in HTML and JavaScript, and that's how you call your functions and kind of get them to talk to each other. We can also do some more fun things. There is DOM interaction, and the DOM is the document object model, and you can kind of think of that as the HTML but in JavaScript format. And I'll show you kind of what I mean by that, but basically, if I go into our script.js and we want this button click to do something a little more fun, like add some CSS styles, we can access the DOM by doing document.querySelector, and then in here we can use any CSS selector. So for right now, I'm just going to do body, and then on body we have some properties, and I'm going to choose to grab style dot background color. So you'll see that we're writing kind of CSS style, but in JavaScript. And this is a really nice way to make interaction happen and make things move and change colors and things when people interact with your website. So once we have access to background color, we can set this equal to any hex value or CSS color that we want. I will choose pink. And you'll see if we go back to the website and we reload, let's see if this works. So when I click it, nope, button has been clicked. Did it change the body? It did not. Query selector body dot style dot background color equals pink. Did it still log to the console? It did. This didn't reload all the way, that's what's wrong. We'll do an empty cache and hard reload. And now when I click, we get a pink color. And I'm gonna real quick show you an if statement, which I don't think I've talked about before, but they're pretty simple. And they're written like this. So you say if, and then inside of parentheses, you put your if condition. So when this condition is met, or when it is true, then we will do something. So I'm going to say if document dot query selector dot or body like that dot style dot background color double equals, so use two equal signs to do a comparison. One equal sign is assignment. Two equal signs and then pink. Oops. So if the background, this is just saying if the background color is pink, then, and when you want to say what it does, if that condition is met, you use squirrely brackets. And we're going to say if the color is pink, then we will set it to white. So document.query selector body dot style dot background color equals white. And then we can say else, which is to say otherwise, and then squigglies, and then I'll move this line up here. So to explain this bit of code, we have a function called button click, and that's what we call when we click on the button. And we're saying if the color of the background is pink, then we want to set it to white. If it's not pink, so else, we want to set it to pink. So if it's not pink, we set it to pink. If it's pink, we set it to white. So what this should do is when I refresh here and I click this, it should set it to pink. When I click again, it should set it to white. And this can go back and forth now. So you see how we can do some, this is called a conditional. So on this condition, we do this, otherwise we do that. I think that's about it for this one. Let me know if you have any questions in the Discord, and I will talk to you guys soon.